This is not just rough weather anymore. A massive coastal emergency is unfolding along California's shoreline. Powerful waves, coastal flooding, and erosion are threatening homes, roads, and public spaces. This is not just rough weather anymore. A massive coastal emergency is unfolding along California's shoreline. Powerful waves, coastal flooding, and erosion are threatening homes, roads, and public spaces. Emergency crews are on high alert, and residents are being urged to stay away from beaches and low-lying areas. What you are about to see is the reality of nature's force along California's iconic coast, relentless, unpredictable, and dangerous. Over the past several hours, storm-driven waves in the Pacific have surged to levels rarely seen in winter. Beaches that once provided a buffer now lie stripped bare, sand washed away by repeated assault of waves. Cliffs that seemed stable now show cracks and erosion, threatening homes and infrastructure perched near the edge. Roads along the coast have been closed due to flooding and debris. Vehicles attempting to travel these routes face extreme danger as water covers pavements and hidden hazards lurk beneath. The repeated pounding of the ocean is eroding cliffs, destabilizing land, and weakening roadbeds. Coastal highways are under constant monitoring by engineers, but the risk of sudden collapses remains. Even small landslides can trap cars, endanger pedestrians, or damage homes in seconds. Emergency crews are stretched thin, responding to incidents while navigating treacherous roads and unstable terrain. Authorities continue to urge residents to stay clear of beaches and cliffs and avoid all unnecessary travel. Sneaker waves, fast-moving walls of water, can suddenly sweep much farther inland than expected, catching people off guard. Emergency personnel are performing rescues, but conditions remain unpredictable and highly dangerous. This video includes archival or illustrative footage to help viewers understand the scale of this emergency. From high waves crashing against cliffsides to seawater spilling onto roadways, the visuals show the real impact of coastal erosion and flooding. While the ocean may appear calm in some frames, the force beneath is relentless. Each incoming tide renews the threat, and low-lying areas remain at risk for flooding, infrastructure damage, and power interruptions. The ongoing storm system in the Pacific continues to feed energy into the waves. Even when skies partially clear, the ocean remains volatile, sending surge after surge toward the coast. Officials warn that weakened cliffs, eroded beaches, and unstable roads will remain dangerous long after the storm passes. Local authorities have imposed closures and restrictions, reminding residents that even short visits to the coastline could be catastrophic. Transportation along the coast is heavily impacted. Coastal highways and access roads face closures due to debris, flooding, and erosion. Public safety crews are closely monitoring vulnerable sections, knowing that a road can fail without warning under the constant assault of waves. For residents and commuters, this means longer travel times, riskier routes, and constant vigilance. Emergency planning and evacuation readiness are more important than ever. Coastal flooding and erosion are not just immediate threats, they have long-term consequences. Sand and sediment loss can permanently change beach profiles, expose cliffs to further collapse, and weaken foundations of homes and public infrastructure. Emergency responders warn that even after the storm passes, damage will continue to appear. Residents are advised to remain alert and avoid risky areas until inspections confirm safety. This situation is intensified by ongoing storm systems feeding energy into the Pacific, keeping waves high and dangerous. Even without heavy rain or wind above, the ocean continues to deliver surge after surge. Emergency crews warn that seemingly calm periods can be deceptive. A sudden surge can bring water far inland, catching people and vehicles by surprise. Authorities continue to emphasize that no beach or cliff activity is safe, that travel in affected zones can be fatal, and that people must remain cautious until official updates confirm improvement. The storm has not only impacted the shoreline but also threatens infrastructure further inland. Roads, public walkways, and bridges near the coast face erosion, undermining, and potential collapse. Emergency teams are working tirelessly to secure areas, remove debris, and respond to calls, but nature's force continues to challenge every precaution. Homes near the coast, once considered safely removed, are now at risk. Cracks appearing in cliffs, collapsing walkways, and eroded foundations force residents to make difficult decisions regarding evacuation or temporary relocation. Saltwater intrusion into low-lying areas is causing damage to roads and utilities, affecting daily life for communities along the shore. Every incoming tide, every wave, brings renewed threats to safety, property, and public infrastructure. It is a reminder of the dynamic, unforgiving nature of coastal living. Even after the storm passes, weakened cliffs and eroded beaches will remain unstable for days. Residents are advised to respect all safety signs, closures, and warnings. Rescue operations along these unstable coastlines are dangerous for both victims and emergency personnel. One misstep can turn a manageable situation into a life-threatening event in seconds. The reality of living along California's coastline is highlighted during events like these. The waves are not just water. They are powerful forces shaping the land, challenging human-made structures, and testing emergency response systems. This is a sustained emergency that demands caution, patience, and respect. Homes, roads, and natural landscapes are under constant threat as nature reshapes the coast. Staying back from cliffs, avoiding coastal paths, and maintaining distance from the waterline are essential for safety. As waves continue to batter the coast, authorities monitor conditions hour by hour, knowing that a sudden surge could reshape the shoreline again. For residents, the message is clear. This is not the time for sightseeing or unnecessary travel. The ocean is in control, and the coastline is paying the price. Situations like this affect real lives and real communities. Families are monitoring water levels, emergency crews are working around the clock, and local authorities continue to update evacuation and safety measures. The scale of this emergency is enormous, and it requires attention, vigilance, and respect for nature's force. Subscribe to the channel for reality-based weather updates, emergency alerts, and responsible coverage of extreme events. Stay informed, stay safe, and be prepared for the next wave of natural events. This is a stark reminder of the power of nature along California's coastline. Homes, roads, and communities are at risk, and emergency crews continue to work tirelessly to keep people safe. Remember, even after the storm passes, weakened cliffs and eroded beaches remain dangerous. Stay alert, respect all warnings, and avoid unnecessary risks.